soon as the Christians became dominant in the Roman Empire and established the church as the dominant force, they said science and philosophy are sinful. They suppressed it. They made it a crime to study science and philosophy, and they just killed it. So Europe was down when it came to science. But the books that the Greeks had written were still available. Some people had been wise enough to hide them. They weren't all destroyed, although the church did try to destroy them. And by the way, the church destroyed a lot of stuff. Pagan, kill it, burn it. The great histories that were written by Manetho, the history of Egypt, was burned. The history of Babylonia by Berossus, burned. They destroyed this all. But some of these people said, we got to hide this. They wanted to know the scientific basis of architecture and of engineering. They took the books out and they began to translate them. And there was this great renaissance of science and philosophy. And what's fascinating about the Muslim period, after things had settled down, they had already conquered, they were not eager to convert everybody, and the Arabs became the greatest mathematicians and engineers, and they began to build these glorious structures. You know that so many of the magnificent buildings, for instance, all of the buildings in Granada in Spain, the great ones were built by Arab architects. And what's more is that even after Spain had become Christian, they still brought these architects in to build some of their buildings. There are many other things that the Arabs did. They were very competent in astronomy. Of the 6,000 stars that you could see with the naked eye, they named every one of them. And we still keep some of these names. There is a star known as Aldebaran. Well, every time you see something with the AL prefix, that means the Arabic word the. So the other interesting thing is there are stars called Algol binaries. This is interesting. You look at certain stars, and they dim and brighten and dim and brighten and dim and brighten. So the Arabs called them al-ghul, which means the ghoul, the strange demon. But now we know what an Algol binary is. It's two stars going around each other, and one is dark and one is light. And as they circulate, the dark one dims the light and so on. So astronomers call them Algol binaries, but it comes from the Arabic word al-ghul, which means the demon.